when they go together. You got a cool New Orleans groove. I'll just slave like a stone. Or Nirvana smells like Teen Spirit. Hello, I want to tell you a story about the history of groove. So, because the drums are maybe the oldest instrument. When they first started to sing, let's say the throat is the oldest instrument, then they started to either do like hand drums or with some sticks. And whichever surface has a low note and a high note, you can do a groove with it. Now we are talking about the drum set. So the oldest instrument that are part of the drum set is the kick and the snare, because they were used in the marching bands and in the orchestral playing in the big symphonic orchestra way before we have a drum set. In the beginning, when they started to play on a drum set, they were actually doing grooves that were made by 2 or 3 people before, and every instrument part of the drum set has his own voice. Like it is in the Latin music, you have different lines that you actually do with a different limb. Like for instance, the most commercial groove and style is the bossa nova, where you have like a groove between your feet. It goes like, and we add to this a hi-hat or a ride cymbal. But the snare is playing a melody. In the same direction of thinking are maybe all the Latin grooves, because you have something like the songo. And others. Still in New Orleans they play with marching bands. You can see it on Bourbon Street and other places, and there's still 2 drummers. The one is playing the kick and maybe a cymbal. It goes like, and one is playing the snare like a melody and improvising a lot. So when they go together, you got a cool New Orleans groove. And same goes for the jazz, where you have the swing, where your groove can be either only the hi-hat, right hand, left foot, so and play a melody with the kick and the snare, like, or same thing on the right. Or if it's a bit more poppy swing, you can go and play with the double bass, who is doing like boom 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 boom, the walking bass. You can go with a kick with it. So either but again, you have different lines. And then at some point, rock and roll was born, somewhere in the 50s, rock around the clock, and others, and they started to have this really status quo movement with the kick and the snare. And then something called the backbeat was born. Because this groove they played when they were still playing stand-up straight, no drum chair, and only kick and snare. When they have the hi-hat, they kind of move the in-between notes and made the groove sound like Billie Jean. And then, in the modern music, whatever we listen to, you have this backbeat. Doesn't matter how complicated is the groove, there is always a backbeat. At least in the popular music. In the progressive music, okay, maybe you don't have the backbeat. In police, you don't have that much. But in most of the music, you have the backbeat. Like, doesn't matter if you play a straight groove or B.B. King 3 Weeks Gone, like. I'll just slave like a stone. Or Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit. If I play quieter the in-between notes, you can hear really clearly the backbeat. You have more snares, but the backbeat is there. You got it? So, this is really important to play this backbeat responsibly. Don't hit the snare every time different. Hit it every time the same. Doesn't matter the groove. And start with a straight groove. Cheers!